Hey guys, Mike with KC Tarantulas here. I'm back, so glad to be back. Surgery for my wife was successful, so everything is good there. She is recovering. See if we can. Nope, can't really see it. Yep, with her heart pillow there. So, yeah, she is doing great actually. So that's good. I'm very happy. Thank you to everyone who sent their thoughts and prayers and everything like that. It was much appreciated. So yeah, we're back. I'm going to do a just overall collection update. Go over everything we got. I do have some new tarantulas that I haven't put into the past couple videos that I want to show you guys. If we can see them, some of them are quite reclusive. So yeah, we'll just go over pretty much everybody that's in the collection and give you guys a collection tour and a collection update, and maybe try some feedings along the way. As far as other news goes, I am in talks with another tarantula substrate and vivarium kind of guy person store. So yeah, I'm in the talks with them to get some stuff sent to me to try out to set up and do a review on. So I'll keep you guys updated on how that proceeds. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to go over. Can't think of anything. So yeah, again, thank you everybody for your concerns during my wife's surgery, and thank you guys in general for watching all my videos and subscribing and everything. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, this is Pixel, my Caribbean versicolor. Wanted to kind of take a video of Pixel here while on the shelf, because the minute I move this enclosure to my desk, Pixel's going to probably run back into the web hammock, in which I will try to feed Pixel. But I just wanted you guys to kind of see Pixel out and about. You'll see, kind of just chilling there. Normally comes down that side and gets some water and some other things, but is almost always on that side. And Orion, my Avicularia metallica, is usually on that same side. They're usually kind of side-by-side buddies. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get a better view of Pixel out and about, because we don't get to see that very often. But yeah, we'll move Pixel over to the desk. Alright, well, not the best view of Pixel. The way that Pixel set up the webbing kind of just makes it hard to get any video, really, in general. I'm going to close this back up for a sec. Pixel's pretty chubby. Don't know if Pixel's going to be hungry or not, but we will try. Alright, let's see if Pixel will eat. Yes, Pixel will. So, cool. A little bit more light. A little bit of blue on the toes. Cool. We will let Pixel munch on that, and we will move on. Alright, next up is Orion, the Avicularia metallica. Is just hanging out in the web hammock up here. There's the toes. in heavy pre-molt. Well, not like super heavy, but in pre-molt. Did eat for me when I got back home, but is super plump, so we're not going to really try to feed him for a while. I think a molt is going to be happening soon. But with that, I'll move on to the next one, which is my T. gigas named Kakarot. Is up in here, probably can't really see, is also in pre-molt, but I will going to change out the water, and one definite way to know that this one is in pre-molt is to just like mess with stuff, kind of tap around, and Kakarot was hanging out up here, and then as soon as I did that, kind of went back down into the cork bark, which, if you guys have seen my past videos, know that it's not typical Kakarot style. Usually if Kakarot is not in pre-molt, Kakarot will fly to the front and try to get some food, but is not, so we will leave Kakarot alone. Next up, we are going to take a look. Here is my Thrixopelma acurti named Pico. Are some legs there, you can see. Let me get the light. Alright. Like I said, are some legs there you can see. Pico doesn't like to show too much. Very reserved. Used to be out and about more often. And then I put Pico in this enclosure, and Pico really sticks into that cork bark. But let's try to feed Pico. Alright. Okay, success. That's about all I really get from Pico anymore. Comes out to get water every once in a while. You can check my Instagram for pictures of Pico, because I tend to try to snap pictures anytime Pico's out. But yeah, let me close this up and we will move on. Alright, next up is my Psalmopoeus armenia named Soul. Soul, I have not seen since I got back. See if we can make it see, be able to see it here. The top of the cork bark is all blocked off with webbing and substrate. So Soul is in pre-molt or molted or some part of the molting process. So we will just wait. Usually Soul comes out, at least see some feet or something once Soul is done. But let us move on. Next up is the big enclosure. That is my Poecilotheria regalius named Tika. Tika is doing good. Getting kind of close to pre-molt as well. Normally you can only see Tika. We come over here. There's Tika. Getting quite large. Just chilling. Won't try to feed her again until probably next week. But let's see, as far as ones that I have to show you over here, next up is Inca, my Grammostola poltrapes. She, oh, it's back in the back. Let me get a light. She is back there, but we can definitely try to feed her. So let me grab a worm and we'll give it a whirl. Okay. Let's see if she will eat a worm. Sorry, this is kind of hard to do. Oh, let me change my tactic here. There we go. She missed it. Well, she kind of missed it. She's right on top of it, actually. Let's see if I can change the focus. Sorry, this is hard to do. There, she got it. She's been a bit more active lately. Actually has gone down into that instead of hanging out on top of it, but yeah, she definitely likes to hang out on top of it. Queen of her domain and such. She says, I'm going to take this meal back here. Okay, well, that is Inca. We will leave her to it. Let's move on. Alright, next up is Luvia, my Pamphobedia species Macala. Is a male, going by the last mold, but also going by the colors that I see on Luvia there. If you notice the purple on the carapace is really starting to show, and some purple is actually starting to show in the legs, even though it's kind of not super easy to see at the moment. But yeah, Luvia is quite the looker. Let's drop a worm here. Nice. You also may remember that Luvia is quite the dancer as well. Really excited for the way that Luvia is starting to look. Awesome eater. Very leggy, so cool. Just overall, cool species to have. I'm definitely going to be looking into getting more Pamphobedia species in the future, just off my experience with Luvia so far. Let's see if we can't zoom in a bit. Got that really cool design there on the carapace, which is beautiful. So yeah, if you guys can't really tell, I'm quite enamored with this tarantula. Wrestling there a bit. Okay, well, we will move on to the next tarantula. That was Luvia. Alright. It's time for one of the newcomers to my collection. Which I don't know if we're going to be able to see said newcomer. But in here is a Neoholothele Insia. The gold color form, named Doubloon, like a gold doubloon. Let's see if we can maybe get Doubloon's attention here. Obviously, quite the Weber, because there is tons and tons of webbing. Looks like Doubloon is not excited about this. Let's drop in some food and just see if we get any reaction from that. If I can just find an appropriate sized worm. we go. Car doesn't like all that wind, but don't know. I don't get much of a reaction, especially since that worm decided to play dead on us. You know, I did smash its head. Let me turn the enclosure a bit here because you can see the balloon on this side. Kind of hidey-holing. Not too happy about me messing with the enclosure. Get my light. Oof. Also, might be going in, might not be ready for some food with an abdomen that large. I didn't know that it was that big. But yeah, that is Doubloon. We will move on, see if Doubloon eats that other worm I put in. If not, we'll remove it later. But yeah, let's go. Okay, this is another newcomer who always is on the side of the enclosure, it seems. But move that out of the way there. But is eating. I don't think I'm going to try to feed today. This one ate pretty recently. He's getting kind of fat. But this is S'more. S'more is a Cyrocosmus rite? I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Also known as the Peruvian black and white. It's a little dwarf species. Don't think it's going to get too much bigger than this. But so far, pretty cool, pretty chill. Really likes to walk on the sides of the enclosure. I have seen it on the ground, but I've seen it on the sides a lot more. So I'm going to try to figure out why that might be. See if it's a substrate thing. Or this one might just be one that just really likes to hang out on the walls. But yeah, that is S'more. Let's move on. Okay. Another newcomer is the Orphanicus philippinus, which is named Clementine. Let me open this up here. It's also known as the Philippine tangerine. Very interesting looking species that is currently hiding. Like all my newcomers are doing for some reason. It's been a while. I mean, they were here the entire time I was on my trip, so I'm not sure why they all still are hiding. Maybe I just got a whole bunch of reclusive ones, but you can kind of see down in there a little bit of orange color. Let's try to put some food in there and see if we get any reaction that way. Thinking about it. Yeah, cool. Did it a bit. Alright, guess it's either doesn't like the light or is just not too sure about that prey. It could be that maybe the previous owner didn't feed this one worms, so it might be, you know, quite unsure about them. I have put worms in there in the past, and while I didn't eat them right away, they did disappear, so I assume the same will happen with this, or we'll remove it later. But yeah, that was Clementine, the Orphanacus philippinus. Alright, next up is Mole. Mole is my Brachypelma schroederi. Let's see if we can't get Mole to come out a bit. Thinking about it. Mole is getting quite large. Quite the garbage disposal though. Really just loves to eat. Becoming quite fat too. Nope, no reaction. Thought about coming out. Don't want to tease him too much. Him or her. This is one that I can never get a good molt. That is not tore up. So, yeah. But yeah, I'll, you know, again, this is another one to check the Instagram. I post pictures all the time. Mole's usually out, but is still a little skittish when I touch the enclosure, but it seems to be going away slowly, so I assume that once Mole gets to be a little bit bigger, I think that we will see that skittishness kind of fade a lot more. But I love the species. Brachypelmas are awesome. This one's not as common in the United States, but people in Europe and stuff like that seem to have them. They do come into the United States, you just got to really look for them. Because I think that only a certain number of them are allowed to be imported, so it kind of does raise the cost of them for people in the United States. But they are possible to get, but we will move on to the next. Alright, just rare thing here. This is my Balfouri Communal. Some light. So you can see in the top right corner there's some legs. Top left corner there's some legs. And right there, dead center, is one of these slings. So it's sometimes kind of rare to even see one of these guys, much less all three, even albeit legs for some of them. But like I said, this is rare because they constantly are hiding. So must be getting hungry. This looks to be one of the smaller ones. I think the other ones are even bigger. There's definitely one that I see that seems to probably be eating most of the food. But I constantly keep, as you can see that worm there, constantly keep worms in there to make sure that they don't run short on food. But I definitely wanted to show you guys because rare treat to see all three. Alright guys, Next up is Rouge, my Grammostola rosea, red color form. Oh, don't go hide. You don't go hide. She's definitely in pre-molt, and she's not gonna go hide on us. I don't want to be seen. She, as you guys can tell, she is webbing an awful lot compared to previous enclosures. That could be that maybe this excavator substrate that I put in here, well, excavator and cocoa fiber substrate mix, maybe it didn't do as intended. I think maybe it is too hard, so I don't think she can. But she's webbing up instead. So I'm probably in the future gonna go ahead and rehouse her into a, something with some different substrate. Probably that Lugardi substrate, which seems to be a nice mix of something that's harder to, that holds its form but is still diggable, because I don't think that this stuff is. But even with that being said, she is doing great. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a molt from her soon, and we will move on. Alright, this is Oni. Oni is my Ceratogeus darlingi, also known as the rear-horned baboon. Oni is pretty plump, probably in pre-molt. I did feed Oni when I got home, and Oni ate, but I'm not going to feed again here. Try to get a pretty good look here. Little nub of a horn there on the carapace. Yeah, Oni's doing good. Just like any other baboon, voracious appetite, a little bit of an attitude, but beautiful species. And I do love the little nub of a horn. But yeah, I'm not going to attempt to feed Oni, so we will move on to the next. Alright, next on the list is my Selenocosmia kovaricki, named Pho. Now, this is one that, again, you don't get to see much of, but right there is about the majority of what you will see. Oh, okay. Ooh. I thought we were about to really get a rare treat. But yeah, some legs. Sometimes the top of a carapace. Let me get my flashlight here. That's about all you really see. Pretty cool legs though. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll see if we can feed this one. Give me 1 second. Alright, let's see if Pho will take a mealworm. Pho, it doesn't come out much, and you only usually see legs, but one thing that you typically don't have to worry about with this species is its appetite, as you can tell right there. Reclusive, but definitely hungry all the time. And when you can see it, it's this beautiful deep, it's like a milk chocolate brown, and then it's got these light brown bands on its legs. It's actually really pretty for a mostly brown tarantula. But you just rarely will see it. So, I mean, is it kind of a pet hole? Yes. But, it's fun to watch it eat. What little you see of it. And when you see it, it feels special. So, I like this species a lot. But we'll move on to the next.